All right, it's been a while since I've made a video for this channel. I'm well overdue, and I have some important stuff I want to talk about during this video. Let's call it a video, call it a video podcast, whatever. There's a lot of people that make really silly mistakes when it comes to credit card debt, getting out of debt, their mindset. So this is more about mindset, I suppose. I'm going to use a real world example. I've got somebody that we had spoken to for the last, actually since September. So quite a few months ago, they first inquired about help with their credit card debt. They have a credit score of I'm not going to show you too much detail on this, but it's 548, okay? Looking at the information I've got here, it's a complete train wreck, and it's an accurate portrayal, demonstration, if you will, of the conditioning that the vast majority of the population has been led to believe is true, which is simply not true. It's a load of BS. So let me just kind of summarize their scenario. A 548 credit score, which on this report tells them clearly it's garbage. It needs work, it says. It says on the low end, which is where it's sitting, on the high end would be about 900. This is a score you can't do anything with. This is somebody that's not a homeowner. They have no retirement savings. They've made some bad choices in life, and they're looking to get help. Unfortunately, they're still plugged into the conditioning that leads them to believe that what they've been doing works and will get them out of debt, which it simply won't. It'll line the creditor's pockets with lots of gold and keep them in debt for a long period of time. They've got credit items on here from payday loan companies, a car loan company, several payday loan companies amounting to about $5,000. Pro tip here, if you have to borrow money against your paycheck, that's a very good sign that you've got some problems dealing with money and you should get help. Credit cards that they have been unable to pay, that they've had open for about 4 years, and last payment was 3 months ago. So they're well behind in their payments. Payday loan company where they started to borrow money against their paycheck in July 2 years ago and have been making payments the entire time, which they stopped making 4 months ago. Borrowed money 2 years ago and have been paying ridiculous. I don't know if you guys know this, but the interest rate on payday loan companies, it's ridiculous. They advertise it at a fairly low rate, well, relatively low. I think it's like 18 or 22%, depending on the province you live in. But it compounds over time, which basically, spirals out of control. It gets people in scenarios like this. So they've got no ability whatsoever to pay this off. What they've been doing hasn't been working, and has put them in a situation where they've let's see here, just under $21,000. And we built a program to get them out of debt for just under $16,000 in 2.5 years. So what they've been doing for a couple of years. It hasn't been working, hasn't gotten them out of debt. All it does is compound up and pile up. They basically throw money at interest-only payments when they can afford to make it, and that doesn't have an impact. And we've put together a plan to get them out of debt in 2.5 years. So you're probably going, well, Rich, why didn't they sign up? Why aren't they well on their way to getting out of debt? And I'll tell you why. It's because people have been conditioned to believe that the banks and credit card companies are their friends. They should believe everything that they've been told, that what the media tells them about credit and the advertising and the marketing that says your credit's important, your credit score and all that sort of thing. Let me put it to this way. They've got about $21,000 worth of credit, which means they now have about $21,000 worth of debt. So they're completely maxed out. It has no value. If you were to go to an online classified site like Kijiji or Craigslist and post it and say, I've got $21,000 worth of credit, make me an offer. By the way, there's $21,000 worth of debt on it. It has zero value. You can't sell it. Nobody would buy you. It has no value whatsoever unless you were to pay it off. So let's just understand the value of that credit. It's zero. It's bupkis. You couldn't go into a bank right now and apply for a mortgage to buy a house. You've got no money down. You're carrying debt. You've got payday loan cash advances against your paycheck that you can't afford to pay down, and you're still in debt. So why aren't they in the program still? I'll tell you why. It's because they think their credit score is the end-all be-all. It's the most important thing that you have to protect. But let me put it in perspective for you. If I could label it this way, if the debt was a house burning down, let's say your house has caught fire and it's burning down. That's a debt. It's an important matter. It's got to be dealt with. Your possessions, your photographs, your furniture, anything you have in there that matters to you is burning down with the house. The approach these people take is basically, oh, the fire department's ruining my prized rose garden. Can you guys please not wreck my prized rose garden? That's the equivalent of the credit. It's not important. Who cares about the prized rose garden? You can regrow it. It takes a few months. Go to the garden center, buy a few more roses, plant it in the ground, jack shellac, give it a whack, you're done. But these guys are thinking that we're not going to do anything about this because we want to access our credit. We need to have access to it. One, you have no access to it whatsoever. You're completely maxed out. Two, nobody's going to give you any new credit. And the thing that people don't get through their head, our approach, because it's private, because it's not a bankruptcy or consumer proposal or credit counseling, doesn't show up on the credit report that way, and people graduate with a better credit score than what they had on the day they started. And that's because our approach is not send little tiny Mickey Mouse payments every single month to all the creditors. Let's say there's 4 of them, and they get one small payment month 1. They get one small payment month 2. They get one small payment month 3. You keep going on for 36, 48, whatever number of months until they're debt free at the end. That's their approach. That's why their credit rating stinks. With our approach, we knock them off one at a time. Money saved up, we settle. Money saved up, we settle. Money saved up, we settle. As time passes, the credit score improves. Fellas, folks, ladies and gentlemen, look, I've been doing this a while. That's me over there with hair on the other side of my head on the top instead of on the bottom. Okay, we've been on the front page of the business section of the Toronto Star. I think we know what we're doing here, and I know what I'm talking about when I declare this information to you guys publicly. It's really important that you pay attention to details and understand that if something hasn't been working for you, ask yourself, why hasn't it been working for me? Ask yourself, is there some form of conditioning that I've been plugged in to believe that simply isn't true, that is keeping me in the scenario that I'm in, getting the crappy results that I've been getting? You know, I can always tell what somebody's belief system looks like by looking at the results that they get out of their life. Our results are a function of the choices that we make every day, which happen in here. Our brain makes our choices. Our belief system governs our choices, and our belief system comes from our heart, our gut. It comes from well inside of us. And if our belief system is making lousy choices, we're going to get bad results. You have to update your belief system. If you believe that your prized rose garden getting trampled on by the fire department is more important than putting out the damn fire, you got nobody to blame but yourself. And you're going to be in a situation like this for the rest of your natural born life. And it's good for the banks and credit card companies. It's where they want you. They've spent a long time, years. They have armies of lawyers that have created agreements and documents that ensure that their profit margins are protected. They make as much money as possible. Most of the credit card debt relief options out there that are created by government legislation around the Insolvencies Act or things around nonprofit credit counseling, yeah, they get you out of debt. But at the end of the day, you get out of debt with a really bad credit rating. You don't have any control, and most of those programs are actually designed to benefit the credit card companies and the creditors for the most part, not the consumer. So can't do much to help somebody out that doesn't want to unplug from the terrible conditioning that they've been led to believe is true. These folks, unfortunately, will probably be one of the statistics where we get an inquiry now, 6 months, 8 months, 18 months, 24 months down the road, and it's the same person, same email address, same phone number. It's just the debt load when they do the drop down and they tell us how much debt they have, it keeps going up and up and up. And that's the reality of what happens when you don't unplug from the conditioning that hasn't been working for you. Unplug from this nonsense, wake up, and accept the reality that there's possibly a better way to do things that actually works. We've been doing this since 2003. We've settled close to $100 million worth of credit card debt for our customers. Thousands of people have been helped. Trust me, I've been around for a while, guys. If you need help with credit card debt, click the link below, totaldebtfreedom.ca, and ask us for a consultation. Let's get serious about getting you out of debt. We'll talk to you guys later. Have an amazing day.
Hey guys, I want to thank you for watching the video right through to the end. Be sure to give the video a thumbs up and leave a comment below if you have a special request for a video for me to do on a topic in the future. Also, if there's somebody that needs to see this, please share it with them so they can get the information. Over on this shoulder over here, you're going to find a recommended video that's probably relevant to what you just watched right now, so it's worth checking out. And that one is the subscribe button, so be sure to subscribe to the channel. Thanks for checking out the video. Have an amazing day. Bye for now.